Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for November 8th, 2025. We've got, should be full random kingdom today. And we do have a lot of adventures cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. But it is full random. Anyway, so let's see. It looks like this is going to be a tough opening decision because we've got Magpie, and then we've also got a couple of trashers in Maroon and Spice Merchant. I guess we might be opening. We could take Silver. We could take City Gate. So draw wise, we've got Ranger, Magpie, Haunted Woods, maybe Tactician. I don't know if there's if Tactician is like playable here really. There is Merchant Ship for some money on a Tactician in a Tactician deck, and then there's also like Grave Robber for the ability to gain provinces, so it might be doable. Yeah, plus actions is just Royal Carriage. Plus buy. Tactician is plus buy. It's not really plus actions because you play it terminally one turn to get an extra action the next turn, so it's more like moving your actions around. But it is plus buy. It does give you a buy. Spice Merchant gives you buys, but it doesn't allow you to increase your deck size. And then Ranger is actual plus buy. Mentioned Grave Rob already is also gains. I think... The payload here outside of Grave Robber does not look very strong. It's just money and merchant ships. So I think doing Grave Robber stuff probably is the way to go. And a cool thing you can do with like Royal Carriage Grave Robber, I mean you can do it with 2 Grave Robbers too, but it's just easier with like having a Royal Carriage already on the mat because you doesn't cost 2 actions, and you don't need to find 2 Grave Robbers. But anyway, you can Grave Rob a 5 into a province and then Grave Rob the 5 back. Haunted Woods attack actually potentially also pretty nasty here, is if it's like hard to mega turn, you have to top deck provinces. But anyway, so I'm, unless maybe you're playing with Tactician. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking maybe we do go for this, for like a Tactician deck that tries to score with Grave Robbers. I mean, we also have to think about like how we're gaining cards along the way, but that can also potentially be Grave Robber. In particular, if we have a bunch of Magpies. So I think the open here is Magpie City Gate with the intention to get to upgrade, and maybe we grab a Spice Merchant if we hit 4. Probably we don't bother to play with Maroon. I mean, Maroon, I didn't mention Maroon as draw, but like Maroon Haunted Woods is actually quite a bit of draw. Maroon on the dual types is a decent amount of draw, but investing in Maroon and these cards just for draw is not really what I want to be doing. I mean, you'd use it like in a pinch, but it's not necessarily what I want to be building towards. Bot goes for Maroon. I did that without thinking, but is there any argument for not? If we top deck anything but Magpie, it doesn't matter because we're going to play the Magpie. I think we don't want to top deck the Magpie though. Okay, so we do have our 4 now. I think I was talking about Spice Merchant. I mean, So next turn, we're going to have 3 coppers, 2 estates, and then we're going to trigger the shuffle with City Gate. Like, I'd really just like to upgrade the estates, right, rather than having to trash them with Maroon. Although, I guess if we're planning to go for the Tactician thing, getting silvers, we're eventually going to want to get rid of the silvers too. But in the short term, the silvers will help us at 5. So the advantage to taking a Maroon here is that you can, like, we can trash a state and draw. That's can give us a little bit more econ. We could go Maroon and then plan to upgrade the Maroon is the other thing. Maybe that does make more sense. Yeah, alright. Let's do that. Well, that's not ideal. I guess I will take a silver. Wait, what? Oh. The order of resolution here is a little bit confusing. Okay, we've got our 5. I think we do want upgrade as the first 5. And we could go ahead and get a Haunted Woods already. We're also going to need to get royal carriages. Right now, we don't super need a royal carriage, though. Unless we just want to, like, accelerate our upgrade trashing. But I think I like getting a Haunted Woods. Get all the magpies. Ah. Probably just advance a magpie here. Like, we can grave rob it back, too, later. But what do we want to advance it into? I mean, now we do a little bit need a royal carriage. Yeah. Oh, they got a grave robber. They might steal my magpie. Uncool. Oh, this is a little unfortunate. Now that we have the royal carriage, we could also consider getting a ranger. Sure. No! Oh, what? Okay, that's a good choice. We want to replay. We probably want to replay upgrade, not magpie. Um, what is that last card? Seems likely to be another magpie. I'm not sure how much value we get out of... Maybe we're not playing with Tactician here, by the way. Yeah, so if we maroon here, I think we're basically just costing ourselves the ability to buy, like, a 5 and a silver, which we probably do want another silver to take advantage of the plus buy that we have. Yeah. So I would like to get a grave robber. We only have the one royal carriage, and we have Haunted Woods. I guess we'd be fine to trash the maroon. So maybe that's fine. I was gonna say Haunted Woods, Ranger, maroon. We still can't play. I mean, if we get a grave robber, we still can't like play it. But what we could do is get another royal carriage and then potentially upgrade into grave robber or something. I think that makes some sense. No. No royal carriage. Okay, I'm gonna get a second Haunted Woods. Isn't that the first? Wait, did the bot have royal carriages already? How? Was it even playing with two grave robbers anyway? So we want to play Haunted Woods, Ranger. I'm wondering about. We could call royal carriage on the Ranger. I don't know that we need to though. Oh wait, we're already drawing. Oh, we're drawing cards this. Okay. Okay, I think we call on upgrade. What's in the trash? A maroon? That's not helpful. Um. Shoot. I mean, getting a maroon is like it gives us an upgrade target, so I guess that's fine. I wonder if we should trash silver into another ranger and just leave this ranger unplayed. Alright, I think we just need more royal carriages now. We ought to be drawing more cards. Oh, they do have Rangers. It feels like the bots deck is just popping off more, and I'm not really sure why exactly. Okay. Don't really need this yet, probably. What's in the trash? A grave robber. All right. Do we want to double play our upgrade this turn? We do have. We have 2 maroons in the deck, or just the one? We trashed last turn. We trashed the maroon. We gained it back. Yeah. Okay. Right. And there's one in the trash, so we only have the one. I mean, we can certainly call on at least once on Magpie. Okay. I guess let's go ahead and get another. Maybe we should just get another royal carriage and not get a grave robber, because we can royal carriage the grave robbers. We trash the ranger and get that back with the grave robber. Sure. Play this ranger now. It'd be good to get more carriages on the mat. That's the reason I want to do that. Yeah. Okay. So now we do. Wow, piles are really low. Wonder if there was a win here if I'd focused more on that. I did not notice how low the piles are. We can play Grave Robber 4 times. We're very close. Well, maybe very close is too strong, but we probably need to get a province, huh? To do that, I guess we probably need to gain a silver. Or we could gain a spice merchant and trash copper. That requires... We could also gain Grave Robber and then Grave Robber something into province. We could Grave Robber the Haunted Woods into a province and get it back. Could go double province that way too. Get the silver as well. So we go like grave robber, trash, haunted woods to get a province. Gain haunted woods. Well, we also haven't gotten our ranger back. And we're low on actions now. Wait, do we really only have 3 royal carriages? Does the bot really have 6? That doesn't seem like it can possibly be true. Jeez. Oh no, we have 2 on the mat. Okay. Right. Well, the point is, if we want to play Haunted Woods and Ranger, maybe it's not important that we play Ranger, because we can Royal Carriage the Ranger. We just gain silver, call again, gain Haunted Woods. We can leave 1 carriage on the mat. And get another province. We could also gain another grave robber. I actually think that's worth it. Oh, calling carriage on Haunted Woods is interesting, though. I don't really think we need to do that either. But we could also advance the Magpie. Wasn't thinking about that. But I don't think it's in our interest to lower piles, at least. I think I'd rather not. I mean, I guess we could turn it into an upgrade. It would be nice just to have the last royal carriage. Nah. Upgrade to gold. Gold does not seem very good here. Okay. They only gained 1 province. We should be able to pile on grave robbers here. I would think we already have the ability. We could upgrade a magpie to a grave robber, call carriage on that, upgrade magpie to grave robber again. But Advance Grave Robber to Grave Robber. Yeah, it's not quite. Yeah, I think we need to probably play at least one of these magpies. Knowing we have one on top, I'm gonna play this one too. All right, now we at least have enough to buy a Grave Robber. I mean, we do have more carriages down there. I think I'm gonna call on the magpie. There's also the ranger that we could upgrade. Let's just do that. Okay. Be nice if we weren't finding almost all of our stop cards before our other stuff, or like our non-action stop cards, I guess I should say. Oh. This is not really working out. I think I'm gonna not replay this one. Yeah. We can afford to trash a copper and still buy a province. Now we probably can't. I think we just gotta call on this. Yeah, this is just not working out. It's just adding the two provinces to the deck is enough to like kind of shut things down. Maybe we should have held onto a maroon so that we could like maroon draw and then grave rob like the Haunted Woods back. I didn't think about that. I mean, we could upgrade. Oh, it doesn't work. So I'll just trash a copper. Is there something useful we could grave rob a maroon, but this is our only grave robbers, so like that doesn't immediately help. Could grave rob like silver maroon, and then maybe that gets us the province. The magpie draws the silver, we maroon the copper. Try to draw into our other silver. Try to win next turn. Also want to be able to play the ranger. The problem with that. What even is down there? There's another silver. I know that. Can't all just be more magpies. There's another royal carriage. And the ranger. Royal carriage, ranger, silver, maybe a magpie. Awkward. I'm just gonna play the magpie. Oh, we didn't get to the silver. Okay. I think... Ay. Yeah, we got magpie silver on top. I definitely want to play the Haunted Woods. We could grave rob carriage to province. It's a pretty sad thing to have to do. Definitely playing this. We could also just top deck a ranger. Could even potentially top deck maroon ranger. If we know we have a magpie that we can carriage, so then we'd be able to play the ranger and then maroon Haunted Woods or something like that. Oh, well, we wouldn't have the carriage if we do maroon and ranger. Yeah, probably we just do ranger then. Yeah, this did not work out at all. And I guess we'll take a touchy. Huzzah. Okay, yeah, they didn't do a whole lot either. Okay, so we definitely need to double play a magpie at least once. We do it twice. Never mind. Let's play the ranger first. Yeah, I was thinking about this. I guess we can carriage the other ranger, so there's no reason to carriage this one particularly. We've got our plus buy now, which helps with the advanced stuff. So upgrade magpie. We play another ranger, triple advance. I think that's a win right there, isn't it? I guess we need another action in hand, or we need to hit 5 maybe if we're going to carriage the upgrade. But that's fine. Oh, I had an extra carriage down that I didn't realize. We can upgrade the Ranger instead of getting the plus buy, I guess. That works about as well. Or does it? Yeah, it does. Or we do the Magpie. And we can do a little bit better here. That. So now we do spend our buys to just turn this stuff into grave robbers, and we can use our grave robbers to get some provinces, I guess. What are these last two cards? More grave robbers? The plan is to turn like one magpie and a haunted woods into grave robbers. Or well, we can also buy a grave robber. Yeah, okay. So we do grave robber. I guess we'll just turn the haunted woods into a province. Oh wait, do we have... Oh, we can't quite empty the provinces. We're one coin short, because we never got that other silver. And annoyingly, if we grave robber to province, then we don't have any action cards left, and we can't empty the grave robbers either. So we just have to do advance to grave robber, advance to grave robber, duchy, estate. Yeah, I don't feel great about how that all went. Yeah, I think, I don't know. I think the clearest opportunity that we would have had to have like more deck control would have been to be able to maroon a haunted woods and then grave robber it back at the end of the turn. But even with that, I feel like the deck control here is just like the interaction of the deck control with grave robber is just really awkward. And which is not to say that I think, oh, and I played it fine and couldn't have done it any better, but like it's just more like to say that it's a struggle to figure out how to play it, how to work around that. Like maybe we needed to do more carriaging of rangers, but then it's like you run out of actions. I don't know. Like the magpies are only going to be draw if you have treasures, which are otherwise not very valuable. The tactician thing that I was talking about, like that could have been it is sort of the biggest bang for your buck and purely in terms of draw. Like it takes 2 rangers / 2 actions to draw the 5 cards. Tactician draws 5 cards with essentially like it in an essentially action neutral way, like once you get it set up. So maybe that would have been worth going for. Like it's also drawing more than haunted woods, and like the downside of, like I said, is you don't play with the treasures, but that should be fine. I mean, obviously I was using my treasures, but it should be fine to not need to do that. It's also possible that I should have just focused more on getting as many rail carriages as possible and not like letting the bot have half the rail carriages. And it felt like the bot was doing a lot of stuff, but I look at the deck here and I'm like, how does this deck possibly work? Like, I mean, my deck isn't, my deck has kind of been ripped apart, but like without the haunted woods, Like, how are you lining stuff up to where your deck is doing anything with this many grave robbers? Like, I was doing this all. I mean, at the end, I got the extra grave robbers, but I was doing this all off of like one grave robber and just like using the carriage, or maybe I had two at one point. But yeah, I don't understand how that was all working. I mean, I know, Ranger draws cards, but just by itself, that doesn't seem like enough. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if just the speed that like everything animates on the box turn makes it look more impressive than it is. Maybe that's all that it really was. Or maybe it was that, and or it's like doing things that aren't productive. Like, I know at one point it did like advance grave robber to grave robber or something. I did catch that. I was like, why? I guess if you do a bunch of stuff like that quickly, I might not be able to tell that you're like spinning your wheels without doing anything. But I don't know. I think it'd be interesting to try to do the tactician thing. I'm not sure about the timing, but like, you wouldn't want to do it super early. But yeah, maybe the kingdom is just fundamentally awkward unless your opponent lets you have all the royal carriages or something. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.